Hello and welcome to In Focus. I'm Rom Gayoso, your host. We are approaching WFSF's 25th World Conference in Paris, and it is our 50th anniversary celebration. In this special series of In Focus, we will speak with several of the conference organizers and learn what is in store for the conference. The theme is Exploring Liminalities, Creating Spaces for Unlimited Futures, and there's a lot to discuss there. So let's get going. So before I get started, let's say a little bit about the show and why we are here. This show is a result of a partnership between WFSF and yours truly, Futures Television. We're joining forces to advance sharing of information and knowledge of futures topics. Today, we discuss two topics, the 50th anniversary celebration and the future of WFSF. And for that, we have a very special guest, Dr. Eric Overland, WFSF's president. Well, without further ado, let's welcome Dr. Overland to the show. How are you doing today?
Hi, Ram. I'm good. I'm good. It's a very hectic at the moment because we are in the last preparation phase for the conference, but it's quite okay. Everything. Thank you.
That's wonderful. Well, let's get started. First, I would like for you to share your impressions. 50 years, that's no small feat.
No, 50 years, it's amazing. It's really amazing. I had the pleasure of meeting some of the founding mothers and fathers of the Federation already for 15, 20 years ago already. And what struck me was that those pioneering futurists at that time, they had courage. They was able to think along new terms and conceptual, innovative, and so on and so forth. So that's it's a really great tradition that the Federation is founded on. So we are very happy that we can celebrate the 50 years anniversary now.
How wonderful. We are in a time of great transition, and future studies also change with the times. How do you see the future of future studies?
Yeah, well, we are, as you said, we are in the middle of a great transition, not only within the futures field, but also in a social political way. So we are really facing so many uncertainties. So we really have to reconceptualize ourselves in many ways. And if you look at our tradition, you see that in the late 60s and the early 70s, when the Federation was founded, there was a huge group of, at that time a small group, but they are quite huge now. They reacted against this system thinking from the 50s and 60s, early 60s, and also the kind of the modern growth-oriented optimism. So they really were able to integrate more critical thinking into the future research and also shape the kind of a different agenda than that we had before. So I think now, 50 years after the foundation of the Federation, we really have to rethink what could be the interesting topics the next 50 years. And in this respect, I've been, just trying out some ideas around it. And in particular, I think we have to reflect on our processual and methodological tools all the time. We see the development of big data, artificial intelligence, and all this synergy technology and the digitalization in general constitutes a different way to treat the interface between conventional forecasting methodologies as predictions and foresight. So we really have to rethink our position within the future orientation field.
Well, I see there is this very special topic discussion on WFSF's 100th anniversary. Can you give us a sneak peek of that discussion?
Yeah, in the 100 100 celebration. We are not celebrating on Earth. We are
Okay.
on Mars, or another planet, even further into the space. But of course, very closely linked to the Earth in many ways. So no, I'm just kidding. But that's, well, on the other side, that could be a reality too, of course. But I think the federation, if it continue along the line, I mean, really has to reshape itself, has redefine itself all the time to survive the next 50 years. And I think at the time being, we have been able to change some kind of perspective and change the kind of a position in the last 20 years, for example. So I think the biggest difference from today in 50 years is that the federation is much bigger and much more comprehensive, and much more professional in the way that also are very well funded, and so on and so forth. So I see in many ways prosperous future for the federation the next decades.
Okay, wonderful. Last, are you excited about the conference? What are you expecting to see?
Well, I'm expecting to see a lot of things. I mean, we got more than 250 participants and all those topics. I mean, we started out trying to schedule 2 days. Now we have the whole week. So and we had to say no to a lot of submissions also. So I think this conference is one of the greatest world conferences in the history, not only history of WFSF, but in the history of the field.
Wonderful. And folks, so I just wanted to take a little bit of time and a moment here for us to visit WFSF.org. So let's go and take a look at the site. So again, this is WFSF.org, where you find a lot of information about the World Future Studies Federation. You can start it about us, learn a little bit about the Federation, the activities. Then we take a look at the resources, wonderful resources, and actually they're free of charge. So please take a moment to get familiarized with the resources and see how you can use them. Of course, in the communications, that's our work together, WFSF and Futures Television. And I hope you get so excited you decide to become a member. So consider joining us as a member, as a full member, or as a student member of the Federation. And I would like also to take a look at the conference's website. So let's go to the conference website for just a moment. And there we are. So again, this is the registration information. That's the program, and that's information about the presenters. So all of those links will be in the description section of this video, where you can find information about the registration. There's not just the in-person, so people are in lovely Paris, but there's a student event, and there's an online companion. So if you cannot travel to Paris to meet the best futures in the world, you can also join us online. Well, folks, that was it for today's update. Dr. Overland, thank you so very much for your taking the time and sharing your message, and I hope to see you in Paris.
Thank you, Ram. I love to see you in Paris. Looking very forward to it, and also all the other who are watching this. If they come to Paris, we're gonna sit down and meet and talk. Bye.
Thank you so much. And folks, if you cannot come to Paris, there's the online event. Again, it's time for us to say our thank yous. Thank you so much for being here with me, with Dr. Overland and the crew of WFS. And we hope to see you soon. Thank you.